Waterboro Planning Board for the February 17th meeting. I just want to state for the minutes, we're in a quorum. And also we have a new planning board member, Steve Latalia. Welcome aboard.
Thank you. Thank you.
And I'd like to make a motion to move old business to the front.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? First, we have Tim Fox with conditional use permit extension. Yes, please, if you can explain your changes and everything you have.
There have been minor changes to the building. It is going to be shorter. The design plan changed a little due to financial restraints. But basically, just, it's still within less than 5,000 square feet. So, which I guess anything over requires additional revision. So, I'm still within the 5,000 square feet. And I don't know, besides the shape, not much has changed. I mean, it expired because I had obligations elsewhere and I wasn't able to get the permit in time, the construction permit, so I'm asking for an extension, but that's pretty much where I am right now.
Any questions?
Glenn is also here if you have any questions for him. He handled the project the first time and would handle it again this evening.
How much of an extension do you want?
Oh, I don't need much. Basically, everything I was waiting for that I didn't get before had it come in, the stamped blueprints from the engineer didn't come in until it was the approval was expired. So now that's in, and once I get the approval, I'll be able to get everything in. I'm hoping within the next week to go in and get a construction permit or building permit.
Do we need a time in our motion for the extension?
Yeah, the extension probably was the wrong word, and I gave the board that word. It's his permit is actually expired, so you're renewing the permit. And what happens is if he doesn't have substantial commencement in the project, it expires in 6 months, which is what happened. So you're renewing his permit, and the building has changed by 6 square feet. And if I'm not mistaken, I think Mr. Fox was deployed overseas.
To Mississippi, as additional training for the Air National Guard.
So that was the reason he couldn't get going on the project. I obviously recommend that the planning board renew his application.
Any other questions?
No, I don't have any questions.
Oh.
I would make a motion, but
Go.
I would make a motion that the planning board renew Mr. Fox's application and grant it with this new building
Do I have a
as
second?
presented.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? All right.
Enjoy.
There you go.
Up, up, and away.
We're done.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next on the agenda is Donald and Dianne Holden on vacating Meadow Brook Acres Subdivision.
I guess I just have a few comments. I'm not trying to make it to be negative. Just hopefully the planning board, maybe my last comment will take heed in it. Certainly with the downturn of the economy, the prices of house lots have dropped in this area. And the cost of the fire protection that's listed in the subdivision regulations is really a deterrent. We had lots for sale. People looked at them when they found out that they had to put in a sprinkler system, which I know we could have done a cistern system, but whatever, for 4 lots that are saleable, it's still a lot of money, and the cost of the sprinkler systems from what we thought was gonna be around 2,500 ended up being 12 to 15,000 per house. So, and I know at the time we did the subdivision, we felt that, you know, in talking with the planning board and Matt, that that was gonna be the way to go. You know, that the nationwide, the national regulations were going to have sprinkler systems in their regulations, which really, I don't think it took place. And I know the Waterboro never accepted them.
I'll comment
anyways.
on that a little bit when
Yeah.
we're done.
So anyways, that's just kind of a comment. Certainly the town is not friendly to a subdivision. As soon as you make a subdivision, your real estate taxes, you start getting a tax bill for every lot. However, so over time, that's costly if you can't sell a lot. And also, we know in Waterboro that there are subdivisions out there that are not getting taxed per lot. And we discussed that when we were working on the comprehensive plan. I was a member of that committee. And at that point, I know the former town manager, not town manager, town planner, you know, felt that having a sunset clause for subdivisions would be good, because we really aren't sure what Waterboro has out there for subdivisions and what they don't. I don't think anybody has a hold on that at all.
You're hearing that.
Yeah, so that's kind of my ending comment, is that maybe that is something that the planning board should look at. I'm not sure if it's on that comprehensive plan list or not that the selectmen have created,
I don't remember seeing that.
but I do know from being on the committee that was discussed several times. So I guess that's it, you know, like I say, it's just a kind of a combination of things. So we're asking for the subdivision to be vacated. You know, what the outcome is the fact that we do have our land surveyed, and we can sell a lot here or there if we want to. I know we have to, you know, follow the other rules, but the 5-year rules and all that, but I just feel that for small subdivisions, it just doesn't work out very well, in my opinion, from what we've been through. So that's it. Unless anybody has questions.
Any questions?
I don't have a question. I'd just like to make a motion that the Meadow Brook Acres revised subdivision become null and void.
With the two conditions?
With two conditions.
I mean, we're conditioning something that's being dissolved, but it's more or less just making sure that they record the proper paperwork at the registry.
Okay. Yeah.
Totally back here.
Second.
Any discussion? All in favor? You're all
Thank
set.
you.
Yes.
Madam Chair, if I can just talk briefly about what Diane talked about.
Fire protection?
Yeah. The state of Maine will be adopting the 2015 IBC IRC building codes. IRC residential, IBC's commercial. And it looks like they're going to keep the requirements for sprinkler system for residences in the code this time around. If they do that, then any town of a size of 4,000 population or more will be required to enforce sprinklers in homes. That just kind of backs up what Diane was saying. Some towns enforce that now on subdivisions. A lot of the bigger cities do, but it will be mandated come June 1st. That's all I gotta say.
All right.
And I'm not a fan of cisterns.
Now, does that mean every house or
Every house,
just
every new house,
not just subdivisions? It's going
not
to be
just subdivisions, every new house.
All right.
All right, minutes from previous meetings. The January 6th meeting minutes.
Madam Chair,
Yes.
I'd like to note that on the original January 6th minutes that went out, I had misspelled Carl's name, so I did fix that and
Horace.
included him in the new packet now
Okay.
and spelled her name correctly.
Guess you were not there.
Yes, that is.
Do I have a motion to accept?
So moved.
Do I have a second? Any discussion? All in favor? And Dwayne was absent, so he didn't vote. Okay, January 20 minutes. We had no meeting that day. Do I have a motion?
You still need a motion.
That's what I said, do I have a motion?
No, Dwayne's looking at me like, okay, why are we doing this? There wasn't a meeting.
What's the motion supposed to say?
Just to accept that we had no meeting.
But if we weren't here, go ahead,
Can't
so.
accept minutes if you don't have any.
That's, yeah, if I couldn't vote on the last one because I missed a meeting, how are we supposed to vote on this if none of us
Well,
were?
None of us
The
were here.
reason that there is now minutes or a note that there was no meeting held, because I spent over 3 days looking for a meeting that wasn't held the year before I got here.
All right, so we're voting on to note that there was not a meeting
There was
that
no
day.
meeting.
Okay,
There was no meeting.
I think it makes sense to do that.
yeah, absolutely. Okay, so we have a motion to
Can we do them
make
both
note
together?
that we didn't have a
No.
meeting that day.
Yep.
Okay.
Okay, second?
I'll second.
Any discussion? All in favor? Okay, February 3rd, no meeting minutes.
Good thing the Holdens aren't here. Donna's chewing me up about that. Couldn't get through a coffee without hearing about that.
Do I have a motion? Do I have a second? Any discussion? All in favor?
Discuss
All right.
anything that didn't take place.
All right, communications. Zoning ordinance, site plan review ordinance, and subdivision ordinance, Maine state statute changes, and schedule a public hearing.
Yes, I'm hoping that you're not going to need or want to workshop this, but basically I would consider it a housekeeping item, although it's fairly lengthy. In your packet, you do have what I would call an errata sheet that I have gone over with Natalie Burns to make sure that we're all on the same page. But basically, it's bringing all of the citations in our ordinances up to standards because, quite frankly, none of them meet state statutes. For example, they still cite Title 30, which was deleted by the state in 1988 and replaced with Title 30A. So technically, the ordinances don't exist or can't be enforced. So we're going to be making all of these changes in one fell swoop to make sure that the ordinances meet state minimum law. And that will be coming forward to you for March 2nd.
There is an opening on that agenda if you want to do the public hearing that day. I can get it scheduled.
Yes,
then.
public hearing. Get it done.
Yep.
How'd you like that, Lydia?
I like that. I like that. We got to keep things moving here. Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna ask, if you had any input on these ordinances?
Way overdue.
Okay.
There was something else I was going to mention. What was the other thing I was going to mention, Tammy?
Shoreline maybe?
Keep me. Yep. Coming up shortly as well. Glenn has been working feverishly on the shoreline zoning ordinance, which is state mandated. Currently, we are without one. Well, it's kind of mixed whether we're without one or whether back in 1994 it was state imposed rather than having our own. But Glenn has been working feverishly, as I said, on that so that we can adopt that. Again, we can workshop it, but it's basically mirror imaging the state minimum requirements for shoreline zoning and a new map that will change compared to the shoreline zoning map that we've had previously did you want to add anything, Glenn? Or?
Yeah, and Lee J hit everything right on the head. The shoreline, our Waterboro's ordinance won't mirror DEP's chapter 1000 completely because we've changed it to blend with the town. And the map is the same way. We haven't had an adopted shoreline map for too long.
Was there ever one?
I couldn't find one. So in any case, it's water over the dam. So Sebago Tech is, with my guidance and the guidance of Maine DEP, is working on a final draft of this. And I don't know if a workshop is needed because DP has reviewed the work I've done. Lee J has looked at the work I've done. It won't even go to Natalie because she can't change what the state has already approved. So you guys need to be familiar with it, and you know, I can either get you paper copies or email it to you. It's some pretty intense reading, but you know, the workshop or not workshop is entirely up to you guys. But that's the scoop. I'm hoping to have the map so I can present the map and the text to you for review.
Do we have anything other than the public hearing March 2nd?
Not yet. As of today, that would have been turned in, so
Yeah.
that's it, the public hearing, that's it.
Do you want to just present it to us on March 2nd where there's nothing?
What, and then schedule a public hearing after that?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay.
Yeah, because of the timing, we should plan on the public hearing being at the second meeting in March,
Okay.
but
Yeah.
just workshop it so that, on the second, so that they know what's
Gotcha.
in the
And
document.
I can describe the changes
Yeah.
from what we had to what is current.
Okay.
I gotta do that for the selectmen, so you'll be seeing the same thing the selectmen see after you folks see
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, we meet together and just have to do it once.
Yeah. What,
Do a joint workshop with the
oh, I see.
selectmen,
Or a joint presentation.
a joint presentation.
Yeah, that's not a bad idea.
Talk with Gary tomorrow
Yeah,
and,
that's a good idea. We'll try to get that together.
I'll request that, see if the selectmen would come to a Wednesday night meeting, because if it falls on Tuesday, I already know it's gonna be tough on me coming up here pretty quick.
Okay,
If not, I mean, the board is plenty ready to go forward with it, but
okay.
just mention it.
Yep.
lastly, under communications, although it's a ways out and I have 2 more meetings in March before it actually happens, March 15th, if you want to put it on your calendar, if you're available. It's a workshop with the selectmen, select board. I have been asked to put together a presentation on several items for them for consideration, as well as something you'll want to consider as we go forward in the future. So the presentation is going to cover 3 items. One is basically it's for the design guidelines, but basically it's going to be a presentation on the comprehensive plan and all of the aspects of the comprehensive plan that call for design guidelines. So I'm marrying those 2 issues so that you can see what the comprehensive plan says towards supporting the need for design guidelines. The second aspect of that, can't remember everything that we're working on here, is basically it's a punch list, but it's by no means even close to complete, to present to the select board for us to basically rewrite the zoning ordinance, subdivision ordinance, because of all of the other issues that exist above and beyond just the citation issues with the state law. There's just a number of things that I will be presenting to them as pointing it out, but I can tell you it's not an all-inclusive list. And things that Glenn and I have been dealing with on a daily basis come up and go, oh, we need to fix that too. So that's going to be part of the presentation. And the last thing is, since the last meeting with the Selectmen, with the discussion of Section 2.08, our favorite piece of the ordinance, I kind of was asked to get a little more involved. I stayed away. Glenn and Natalie had been working with you folks, and you guys had a couple of options on the table. Gary talked to me and asked me is there anything else I could suggest? And I'm going to be doing a presentation to them on another alternate called a sliding scale rule, basically, that wouldn't have to go to the Zoning Board of Appeals, wouldn't come to the Planning Board, but basically would be left in the code officer's hands, which isn't any decisions Glenn has to make other than interpreting what the setbacks would be. I'm not going to get into the whole detail of it, but Glenn has looked at it. It's worked in another community where I've been very involved for years prior to this commitment with SMPDC, and it works. And I think it will solve our problems. So, anyway, that's going to be discussed at that workshop as well.
What time on the 15th?
6 p.m.
Yeah,
March 15th.
yeah.
Yeah, they meet at 6.
Yeah. So, I'm going to be busy that evening, but I think there's a lot of good information to come out of it.
Where is that one gonna be, Lee?
Right here.
Right here.
Yeah.
Do you have a start time on it?
6
o'clock?
p.m.
Usually it's 6,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's all I have.
Glenn, anything? Nothing? All right, Judy.
I'll make the motion that we adjourn.
Do I have a second? Any discussion? All in favor?